Hello, and welcome to the second quarterfinal of this very special edition of Quizzing, Flipkart Presents Quizzing with the Comedians. We had, of course, a great first quarterfinal already where Sahil Shah and Saurav Mehta have already qualified. Smritika and Tanmay are out of the tournament. And now we have a fresh set of 4 contestants. Like I said, almost every contestant in this edition have been with us right from the beginning. This is also one of those panels that I'm really looking forward to. Let me introduce each one of them one by one, alphabetically, as always. The first contestant is one of the few past winners of Quizzing with the Comedians, winner of the India edition and finalist multiple number of times. Give it up for Biswa Kalyanrat.
Hello.
Welcome, buddy. Welcome.
Hey, welcome. Welcome to you.
With that, talking about winners, someone who has consistently been reaching finals over the last many editions. Let's see what happens in this edition. Give it up for Devaiah Bopan.
Consistently losing finals, I think.
You're like Royal Challengers Bangalore.
Don't drop it in Biswa. Shit. Yeah. Like the city, like the man.
With that, we move to the next contestant. Again, someone who's reached semi-finals quite a few times. One of my favorite people and one of my favorite quizzing contestants. Give it up for Prashasti.
Lucknow Super Giants.
वो तो अच्छा कर रहे हैं यार.
निकल गए वो भी सेमी में.
ठीक है मतलब मैं तो but I like it how Kiwi finds a way to rest, like to find some way to say कि ये भी इतनी बुरी नहीं है.
Okay, after Royal Challengers Bangalore and Lucknow Super Giants, time for Kings 11 Punjab, or whatever they are called now, Punjab Kings. Give it up for another very consistently good performer, Rahul Dua.
Hello. What an esteemed panel. What a bunch of geniuses that I've gotten a chance to compete against. Please beware, everybody. I'm very well prepared.
Okay, all the best, Biswa, Dev, Prashasti, Dua. Let's begin the second quarterfinal. All the best.
Yeah, all the best to you.
Yeah, all of you know the rules, so we'll just start. The order is Biswa, Dev, Prashasti, Rahul, and in the second half, Rahul, Prashasti, Dev, Biswa. We'll start with Biswa for the first question. Okay, Vinod Dasari, the ex-CEO of Royal Enfield and the ex-head of Ashok Leyland, used these 2 Hindi movies to describe service standards of the Indian auto industry in an interview to ET Now's Nikunj Dalmia. He focused upon the mantra for participating in the riding experience of the customer and improving purchase experience. While explaining the current scenario, he said, till the vehicle is sold, dealers would say to customers, dash, which is a 1999 movie. After the vehicle is sold, the dealers would say to customers, dash, which is a 1994 movie. Okay. Both the blanks refer to 2 very popular related movies. There is some connection between the 2 movies from the 90s. Okay. Just filling the blanks with 2 popular movie titles.
Okay. Second one is Hum Aapke Hain Kaun.
Okay.
First one, the 1999 movie. There can only be one, I feel, but I don't know how they're related. Kaho Na Pyar Hai?
Not Kaho Na Pyar Hai. Going to Devaiah only for the 1999 movie.
Hum Saath Saath Hai.
Yes, a movie
that's 1999.
Yeah, it came after Hum Aapke, no?
Yeah.
It is
it's 1995.
Badjatya Films. 5 each to Biswa and Dev for Hum Aapke Hain Kaun and Hum Saath Saath Hai. So when they sell the vehicle, they say Hum Saath Saath Hai. Once it's sold, they're like Hum Aapke Hain Kaun. 5-5 to Biswa and Dev, which means the next direct will be to Prashasti.
As an ex-sales rep, I don't think that's a very good sales pitch, to be honest. आप जैसे कस्टमर आ रहा है रॉयल एनफील्ड लेने, आप उसको कह रहे हो हम साथ साथ हैं. I mean, this doesn't have a nice link to it, if you know what I mean.
Yes. Okay, going to Prashasti now. Prashasti, I'm talking about a certain person. This person's original family name indicated a strong Germanic ancestry. During the First World War and the blowback against anything German, he was forced to change his family name to the one we know him by today. He was a gallant war hero who led multiple daring missions into Norway and France. In fact, he was one of the most important people in planning the raid at Saint Nazaire. However, it was his love of fishing that finally led to his death. He was assassinated while he was fishing for lobsters and tuna on a lake near his castle at Count Sligo, Ireland. Who are we talking about?
Mountbatten.
Beautiful answer. It is Mountbatten. Okay, that beautiful scene in Crown showed his assassination.
That's
Lord
only how I know. Yes, yes.
I figured. Of course, we are talking about Lord Mountbatten. First 10 points of the quiz. Superb answer.
आपने इतना बड़ा भाई क्वेश्चन लिखा, इतना बड़ा है, और एंड में आपने पूछा who. मतलब आप थोड़ा उसको तो who identify the personality, identify who.
Who are we talking about? Correct.
चलो, good answer, Prashasti. I appreciate.
Thank you. I also.
Yeah.
Coming to Dua now. Dua, it was late October 2007. BVK Chandra lived in Mehboob Nagar, a town in undivided Andhra Pradesh. Chandra used to run a freelance web consultancy at the time. His voracious appetite for books brought him frequently to Hyderabad, 90 kilometers away, where he combed the city's famous bookstores for inspiration. But even Hyderabad's best didn't stock the one book he craved, John Wood's memoir, Leaving Microsoft to Change the World. Chandra used to blog about technology and the internet. Just at the same time, almost beneath one of his posts, a user who identified himself as Sachin left a comment with a link. Okay, what resulted next? What happened next? What important thing happened next?
That link was a spam, and his computer got infected with virus. He clicked on the link, and then the galat website started to open, and then rest is history. भाई एक मिनट है, रुको. हाँ, 2007 की बात है. मैं 11th क्लास में था तब ये कुछ हुआ महबूब नगर में. इनको किताब चाहिए थी, किताब नहीं मिल रही थी. पूरा उन्होंने ढूंढा, एंड आंध्र प्रदेश सब ढूंढा इन्होंने, और ये टेक्नोलॉजी इंटरनेट के बारे में बात कर रहे थे. फिर उन्होंने नीचे कुछ सचिन नाम के आदमी ने कमेंट कर दिया. व्हाट रिजल्टेड नेक्स्ट? Excuse me, did it result in him ordering that book from Flipkart?
And why is it that important? Like why this order from Flipkart will be so important that we are talking about it? You're almost there. Yes, you're right. He ordered from a website called Flipkart and he bought the book Leaving Microsoft to Change the World. But why is that purchase so important for Flipkart? Like
that established Flipkart's supremacy in books wala division, some books.
No, think very basic. Like why is this particular sale so important? Like
Sachin Bansal was the founder of Flipkart. He himself initiated the purchase sale.
Yes. So why is this purchase so iconic? Like why is it so important that we are talking about this one purchase out of millions, billions purchases on Flipkart? Think very basic. Don't like.
Sachin didn't charge him anything.
Oh my God.
Left a comment with the link. What resulted next? I don't know. Maybe he started selling his books on Flipkart after that.
Sorry, what I'll do is I'll give you 7 and close this. Okay, it doesn't make sense to pass because you've gotten everything. You've gotten Flipkart. You've gotten buying the book on Flipkart. You've gotten Sachin Bansal. I was looking for something very basic. It is the first ever purchase on Flipkart. He became the first customer of Flipkart, and he bought the book Leaving Microsoft to Change the World. That's why it's important. It was the first sale on Flipkart. He's the first customer of Flipkart. Cool. So I'm giving 7 to Dua and closing this. Okay, 7 because he got almost everything. And now I'm going to Biswa for the next direct. So to give provisional names to these, X used the prefixes eka, dvi, and tri from the Sanskrit names of digits 1, 2, 3, depending upon whether these were 1, 2, or 3 places down from a known entity of the same group. The current official practice has moved away from naming based on the position. Okay, so the current practice of naming these is not dependent on the position. But initially, to give provisional names to something, X is a guy who used the prefixes eka, dvi, tri from obviously Sanskrit, depending upon whether these were 1, 2, or 3 places down from a known entity of the same group. Who is X, or basically what are we talking about?
पिछले क्वेश्चन के आंसर भी क्वेश्चन स्लाइड में था ये क्वेश्चन आ गया इसमें कोई वर्ड भी नहीं है जो फर्स्ट लेवल थॉट पे आ सके प्रोविजनल नेम्स फॉर प्रीफिक्सेस
Excuse me, there's no need for personal attacks here, okay?
हे बड़ी तू रुक कभी ये सवाल ही नहीं घुस रहा दिमाग में Okay. Is this Hargovind Khurana and we're talking about DNA ATGC?
No, passing to Dev.
Okay, are they like names of satellites, Indian satellites?
No, Prashasti.
Are these is X Shankaracharya and these are Char Dham? ऐसा कुछ है?
No. Okay. Going to Dua.
I clearly don't know, but my guess will be: is this the way they decided the surnames? Dwivedi, Trivedi.
No. It's from the world of science. The second clue is that X is a Russian chemist. Okay, X is a Russian chemist. So think Russia, think chemistry, think sciences, and what was. Now read the question again.
Got it. Yeah, it's basically the periodic table and that Mendel.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you. I was only looking for Mendeleev and periodic table. 5 points there to Biswa. So initially, when the unknown, for unknown this thing, this is how he named them till they were actually like discovered. So gallium was actually eka aluminum because it was one step below aluminium, then eka boron, dvi tellurium, eka tantalum, and all that. 3 manganese, etc. etc. These were Mendeleev, and these are the names of the predicted elements. Okay. Biswa got Mendeleev and periodic table. This is for Devaiah. From curvaceous to slender, tall to petite, and whatever your skin color, shoe size, or hair type, beauty comes in a million different shapes and sizes. Dove, the Unilever-owned brand, said on its UK website before, while taking a different route for its real beauty message. But instead of inspiring consumers with a message, many were offended. Dove's intention, however, was to only celebrate all kinds of women in a society and the fact that the brand represents solution for one and all. What did Dove do? Essentially to do something around this message about different kinds of women in society, from curvaceous to slender to tall to petite, etc., etc., etc. Dove did something which actually offended a lot of people, but this was their intention was this. What do you think Dove did? What are we talking about? What did Dove do?
They decided to use only real, like non-model women in their advertising.
No, we'll pass to Prashasti. I mean, that is correct. They always, Dove as a brand always uses non-model this thing, but we are talking about a very specific campaign, this one. Going to Prashasti now.
Just give me a second. Did they? It's similar to Devaiah's answer. Like, did they use models who had a certain, like, some sort of either ailment or like acid attack victims, or people who are typically considered not pretty by society?
No. Passing to Dua.
As always, I do not know the answer. but I will go by why I will get offended by seeing something like this. The fact that brand represents solution for one and all, and they only spoke about women is what will offend me. That why not include men in the brand? I'm also beautiful. Celebrate me also. Like, that is why maybe people got offended.
No. Going to Biswa.
Shit.
I had a similar answer. Pass. Okay.
Okay, we'll start again with Dave. The hint is think like they made a change in their product. Okay, so think of the like very tangible physical change that, so nothing to do with their marketing campaign, nothing to do with their messaging. They made a change, like they introduced something in the product, like when you buy the product, something very tangible change which they thought will drive this message. Okay.
Did they like just ship different shapes of soaps?
Good track, but we'll go to Prashasti.
Did they white की जगह उन्होंने सोप का कलर अलग अलग कर दिया क्या?
No. Going to Dua.
उन्होंने अपना कुछ तो उसका बॉक्स पे लोगों की बजाय शीशा लगा दिया. लोग अपना शक्ल देखने कह रहे ब्यूटीफुल तो नहीं है ये, तो मे बी पता नहीं. अब आप लोगों ने सही जो गैस चल रहा है मेरे दिमाग में आपने दे दिया. बाद में क्या
नहीं सही से ग्रेट. Going to Biswa now.
Did they start including some doll of like different varieties of Barbies types?
No. Okay, cool. I'm closing this. I wanna, because no one gave a better answer than Dave, I'll give some points to Devaiah. Okay, he was like, his funda was right, but they created bottles of different body types for different women.
ऐसे किसी को चमका नहीं कि इससे प्रॉब्लम होगा थोड़ा सा.
This is more problematic, I think.
So Dove created different like petite and fat and curvaceous or whatever, different bottle types for different body types. Okay, but Dave was like, I was waiting if someone gave up more. But Dave said different types of soaps, so I'll give 3 to Dave for this.
So my idea was better than this too.
Yeah.
I spoke about packaging. There is some 1 or 2 points, some little
3 to Dave.
Out of the box.
We come to Prashasti now. Prashasti, I'm talking about a certain disease. Okay, the disease X was for centuries associated with poetic and artistic qualities among those infected, and was also known as the romantic disease. Okay, major artistic figures such as the poets John Keats, Percy Shelley, Edgar Allan Poe, the novelist Franz Kafka, Charlotte Bronte, Fyodor Dostoevsky, George Orwell, Robert Louis Stevenson either had the disease or were surrounded by people who did. A widespread belief was that X assisted artistic talent. Physical mechanisms proposed for this effect included the slight fever that it caused, allegedly helping them to see life more clearly and to act decisively. Which disease, whose most common 19th century English name was consumption. So the disease was called consumption in 19th century. Which disease are we talking about?
He's infected with consumption is what used to be thrown around.
The disease was called consumption.
Okay. इसका मोस्ट ऑब्वियस आंसर तो मेरे पास है, पर मैं थोड़ा सा दिमाग लगा लेती हूँ कि and it is I'm just clarifying कि ऐसा मतलब ये फिजिकल मेंटल कुछ भी स्पेक्ट्रम में हो सकता है डिजीज, और saying like specifically physical disease.
हाँ, कुछ भी हो सकता है, कोई भी डिजीज.
Okay. This is depression.
Not depression. Going to Rahul. Dua.
तो खास बात आपके क्वेश्चंस की है कि क्वेश्चन में बहुत इंफॉर्मेशन होता है. अपने जैसे आइडिया नहीं भी इतने ऑथर वगैरह भी हैं जो नो लिस्ट. I don't know. फीवर हो रहा है और लाइफ एकदम क्लियरली दिख रहा है और डिसीजन मेकिंग आसान हो जा रहा है. मतलब ऐसा एक्ट डिसाइसिवली. एक तो थोड़ी देर के लिए करवा दो, मैं तो यही कहूंगा. मेरे आंसर नहीं पता है तो ये थोड़ा करवा दो मुझे. जो भी है ये लाइफ थोड़ा केओस में चल रहा है अभी आजकल. आई डोंट नो, प्लीज पास.
Okay, passing to Biswa.
Is it epilepsy?
Not epilepsy. Passing to Dev.
Dude, is it I have two answers. I'll just follow it quick. Is it night blindness?
No. Okay, we'll start again with Prashasti. Make it a 5-point question. The hint is lung. Okay, lung is the hint for all of you.
Okay. लंग पे आती है डिसीज. ऐसे इंडिया में बहुत लोगों को ऐसे मैंने देखा है कि आर्टिस्ट लोगों को टीबी हो जाता था, लेकिन हम लोग के टीबी पहुंचा नहीं. एक मिनट. Is it tuberculosis?
Yes, 5 point there for Prashasti. We're talking about TB. We're talking about tuberculosis.
मैं सोचू टीबी तो बहुत देसी बीमारी है. मैं कहला उसका फुल फॉर्म देसी नहीं.
नहीं, I would like to take back. I don't want.
We're talking about TB. TB for many years was considered to be a disease that artists have, and it's a romantic disease. TB. TB is correct. Prashti gets 5 points there, and I come to Dua now. Dua, in 1975, a young Theodore was playing records in his bedroom with the volume all the way up. Furious with the noise, his mother entered the room, and Theodore paused the record to hear his mother scold him about the volume of the music. While holding the record still, he accidentally did something and ended up inventing and later developed a famous technique in his field. What did Theodore Livingston, better known as Grand Wizard Theodore, invent?
Music remixing.
Music remixing? No. Going to Biswa.
ओ भाई साहब, मैं भी वही बोलूंगा.
भाई ये तो क्लियर है बिल्कुल. एकदम ऐसे चलता है रैप के बीच में डिक चिक डिक चिक डिक चिक हुआ तो बना दिया रिमिक्स.
हाँ, स्क्रैचिंग, रिकॉर्ड स्क्रैचिंग.
Scratching is the answer I was looking for. Beautiful answer. He accidentally developed scratching. Okay, he was a DJ, and he developed, and later like he's considered to be the guy who invented, and this is how he accidentally did it.
भाई ये रिमिक्सिंग नहीं होता है ऐसा
नहीं.
चिक चिक. ओह
क्या कुछ भी अभी तो कुछ भी.
I was going to for this only. This.
तनिष्क बागची बैठ के यही कर रहा है.
तनिष्क बागची मम्मी डांटे जा रही है.
रिमिक्स कर रहा हूँ मम्मी.
Scratching in DJ. Okay, going to Devaiah now. Devaiah, this visual question. 10 Fenchurch Street is a commercial skyscraper in London that takes its name from its address on Fenchurch Street, 20 Fenchurch Street, in the historic city of London, a financial district. Now, it has been given a nickname because of its distinctive shape, said to resemble something that can both transmit and receive. Okay, designed by architect Raphael Vignoli and costing over 200 million pounds. What nickname is given to this building? How is this building?
The radio tower.
Not the radio tower. Going to Prashasti.
Because of its distinction because क्या बोलते हैं इसको? Walkie-talkie.
Walkie-talkie. That's the answer I was looking for. The building is called the walkie-talkie. Okay. It's called the walkie-talkie. Okay. This is the walkie-talkie building. It resembles a walkie-talkie which can both transmit and receive. Full 10 points to Prashasti. And quick look at the score. Biswa got 5 for Hum Aapke Hain Kaun. He got 5 for Mendeleev periodic table and got full 10 for scratching DJ. So basically 20 points there for Biswa. They've had 5 for Hum Saath Saath Hai and 3 for Dove is on 8 points right now, leading the quiz with 10 for 10 for walkie talkie, 5 for tuberculosis, and 10 for Mountbatten is Prashasti with 25
Wow.
and Dua with 7 on first Flipkart customer. Okay, so 25, 20, 8, 7. Two of you will qualify. We'll now start the second half. The order will now be Dua, Prashti, Dev, and Biswa.
Come on.
Come on, this is Dua's direct. It was founded in 1889, Londonderry, Ireland, to provide British soldiers with fine khaki trousers during the Boer War. More than a century later, the brand made its foray into the Indian market in 1997 and is now owned by Madura Fashion and Lifestyle. Which famous brand is this?
यार मुझे आता है पर मैं भूल गया हूँ ये मैं पढ़ा भी हुआ मुझे आपकी बात नहीं प्लीज डोंट जज मी रुको
अभी दुआ पे ही है ना
हाँ मेरे पे यार मुझे नहीं आता है वो मैं ऐसा पास ऐसा गेस मारा पीटर इंग्लैंड पास कर
Is that a final answer, Peter England?
Yes.
Full first 10 points to Dua in the quiz. It is talking about Peter England. Peter England since 1889.
Crazy.
India-owned brand, Peter England. Full 10 points, owned by Madura Dasari. Okay, 10 points to Dua. Match getting more interesting. Now coming to Prashti. Prashti, on 3rd April 1982, this is not a sports question.
Okay.
On 3rd April 1982, Tottenham Hotspur faced Leicester City in the semi-finals of FA Cup. On the day of the match, it was noted that the press was showing unusually high amount of interest for a game of football. One of the players even said that the number of journalists in their hotel trebled. People believed it had something to do with Tottenham footballers Osvaldo Ardile and Ricardo Villa. What action did their home country took a day back that brought immediate attention on them? Okay. The match is happening between Tottenham and Leicester. But there's a lot of interest in that match because the press is focusing on these two footballers because their home country did some action a day back that brought attention on them. What are we talking about? What happened?
1982 में क्या हुआ था ऐसे स्पेन टाइप की कंट्री होगी ना इनकी कैसा स्पेन टाइप ऑस्वाल्डो आर्डिलेस रिकार्डो विला है तो ब्राउन ही होंगे तो मुझे होम कंट्री आइडेंटिफाई करने की जरूरत भी नहीं है अगर मैं गेस लूं तो आई कैन जस्ट एक्चुअली टेक अ गेस ऑन द थिंग
हाँ अगर गेस राइट ट्रैक पे है तो फिर देखते हैं मतलब फिर देना
अंडरस्टूड my guess is unki country I don't know did the country ban football
no going to Devaiah
did there is it something to do with Catalonia and Spain
no going to Biswa
अरे भाई साहब फुटबॉल Osvaldo Ricardo did just a wild guess did the country legalize gay marriage
no going to Dua
as you know I have no idea but Tottenham is a English club, as you all know, and these guys are not English, as the name suggests. Mm-hmm. So I don't know the country that these guys belong to, but perhaps the fact that these guys left their country and joined an English football club made their country kind of ban them, and maybe that.
No. Okay, we'll take one more round, starting with Prashti. So, like Dua said, match is in England. So, this thing involves England. And these two guys are from South America, from a South American country. So, now, what do you think happened in early 80s where certain South American country did something against England, okay, which might have created a lot of news or all over the world. Okay, with that, we'll
Okay.
take one round. We'll see how specific can you guys get.
Okay. मेरे किस पे मेरे पे है ना अभी?
हाँ, प्रश्न.
Okay, I don't know if मेरे को ये factually मेरे को थोड़ा confusion है, but this country was part of the Commonwealth and they decided to try to opt out of it. ऐसा कुछ हुआ था?
No. Going to Devaiah.
This is again, I'm going back to Crown. Okay.
Yes.
Is this where the Argentinians sort of started the war with England? Like,
I'll give it to you. Because this is anyway second round after hint. I was only looking for Argentina and war. So basically, the Falkland War started again when Margaret Thatcher was the prime minister. Basically, Argentina invaded Falkland Island, and just in 1982, which was a war against England. So Argentina, England, and then these two were Argentine footballers. So the whole press came to them. Talking about Argentina, Falkland Island.
Crown देख लेना चाहिए ना, है ना, आपके क्विज़ेस के लिए.
नहीं, टीम को इसमें 2 फंडे आ गए. But हाँ.
So it was either Crown or Narcos. Like, South America, I said it could only be Colombia.
They get 5 points for Argentina invading Falkland Island in 1982, which means next direct is to Biswa. Now, Biswa, the classical Manipuri Ras.
1 second. It's not to Dua. Okay, it's to me. Okay.
Yeah, for you. The classical Manipuri Ras Leela dance genre got a second life through the efforts of X. In 1919, he was impressed after seeing a dance composition of Goshto Leela in Sylhet in present-day Bangladesh. He invited Guru Budhi Mantra Singh, who had trained in Manipuri Ras Leela dance, as a faculty to the Indian Culture and Studies Center in his native, like X's native. Who is this individual X, whose only film as a director was Natir Puja?
Rabindranath Tagore.
Rabindranath Tagore, that is correct. 10 points. Full 10 points. We are talking about Tagore. Tagore, yeah, everything now fits. We're talking about Rabindranath Tagore. 10 points there to Biswa. And now I go to Dua. Dua, the X law is an informal term for the law in the United Kingdom, which serves as an amnesty law to pardon men who were cautioned or convicted under historical legislation that outlawed homosexual acts. The provision is named after X, who died in 1954 in suspicious circumstances following his conviction for gross indecency in 1952. Okay, so someone was convicted in 1952, died in 1954, and this law is named after him. Who is X, or what is the law called?
I have no idea. I'm that bowler in the Indian cricket team who is responsible for quick over 8. Doesn't take a lot of time. Pass.
Passing to Prashasti.
Is this Alan Turing? Alan Turing.
Yes, it is Alan Turing. Alan Turing law. We are talking about Alan Turing. Okay.
एक picture देखिए वाली की.
बस ये content consumption रह गया अपना.
Imitation game. नहीं, वाला नहीं, imitation game था ना. Alan Turing law. 10 points there to Prashasti. So this is Devaiah's direct. Here we're talking about a certain thing. The process of the modern X is described in various ancient Indian works. X was reportedly invented between 800 to 1200 CE. The earliest mention of X occurs in a Kannada book. You will pronounce it better, Dev. Vadaratne, which was written by Shivakoti Acharya De in 920 AD. The book mentions dash prepared only from a black gram batter. The earliest available Kannada encyclopedia, Lokopakara, describes the preparation of X by soaking black gram in buttermilk, making it a fine paste mixed with the clear water of curd and spices. The king of Western Chalukya, King Someshwara III in Karnataka, included X in his encyclopedia Manasolasa. In 1235 in Karnataka, X was described as a light cake. In the 17th century, Tamilians first made references to the modern day X.
Is it okay? Let me read it 1 second.
Yeah. 1200 AD.
Is it chutney or what?
Not chutney. Going to Biswa.
God, Devaiah, I didn't get this. Oh. Okay, no, let's not. I really thought you'll get it, brother. Why you won't get this?
Fuck. Bad day.
Bad. You are bad.
It'll be really sad if somebody from Odisha guesses this.
Why, how I'll get this now?
अब तो और नॉर्थ ही आते जाएगा ना इसके
Full recipe is given, but I don't know. Okay, one second. पहले बटर मिल्क सोक कर दिए, फिर पेस्ट बना दिए, फिर कर्ड स्पाइस ऐड कर दिए, कुक कर रहे कब वो समझ नहीं आ रहा है बस.
राइट केक
Maybe you should start giving lifelines, like call a phone a friend types. जैसे रणवीर ब्राड को फोन कर रहे हैं कि हाँ क्या है ये, आप बताओ.
Light cake. Okay. Ragi, is it ragi? Ragi balls?
No. Going to Dua.
Oh भाई. Is it dosa?
Not dosa. Going to Prashasti.
Is it Mysore bun?
Not Mysore bun. Okay, we'll start again with Dev.
हंसने की कौन सी बात है, मतलब आदमी कोशिश तो करेगा ना.
Let's see now.
We'll make it a 5-point question now. So the big hint is light cake. Okay. And the reason this question is interesting is because when you look at the history of this item, the one ingredient that we all associate with did not make an entry for like hundreds of years. Okay. Very later. That's the first hint. Second hint, yeah, is light cake. Is the
Okay.
bigger.
Is it idli?
It is idli. Yes. We're talking about idli. Okay.
That's
This is like a cliche South Indian food question. I don't know why we all overthought this.
So yeah, we are talking about idli.
Light cake it is, yes.
Light cake, yes. Okay, Devaiah gets 5 points for idli. Going to Biswa now. Biswa, magic meets fun as everyday Indians face extraordinary events and gain valuable lessons along the way in this series. This Netflix series is based on the stories of someone who is quite famous for her exploits in the world of business, apart from her writings. Who is she?
fun. Everyday Indians face extraordinary events, gain valuable lessons around the world. This is based on stories of someone who is quite famous for exploiting the business. Apart from her writings. The person in the poster is that person or what?
Yes.
I have a very dumb. Okay, I can't ask this question. Is it Indra Nui?
Not Indra Nui. Going to Dua.
No idea.
Okay. Passing.
This is me.
नहीं दुआ तूने कर दिया पास.
हाँ जी पास bro pass.
Okay. Prashasti.
Is it Sudha Murthy?
It is Sudha Murthy. Full 10 points. It is Sudha Murthy. It is Sudha Murthy. We are talking about Sudha Murthy. And that was Sudha Murthy in the poster as well. Okay, now to Dev. Dev, Faroe Island and Tourist Board have erected a tombstone in honor of a fictional character who died here recently. Okay. The epitaph is a quote from author Jack London. The proper function of a man is to live, not to exist. Okay. Which fictional character died here recently?
James Bond.
Yes, 10 points there to Dev. It is James Bond. Okay, James Bond. Memory of James Bond, 1962 to 2021. Superb. Like Dua would say, overrate suddenly increased.
Yeah.
Okay, last question of the quiz. This is for Biswa. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Carl Weathers were the protagonists of the film Predator in 1987. The movie is really famous for a memorable scene, which includes Dutch, which is Arnold, and Dylan, which is Carl, meeting after a long time with Dutch exclaiming in joy, "Dylan, you son of a bitch." And then something happens, which we might have seen what are we discussing? What is the significance of this scene from this movie?
Sorry, I'm going to take a little bit of time because I think if I answer this wrongly, I'm out. So just have to take a little bit of time. Something eternal, as in what do you mean?
Like,
I mean,
something that like something that exists now. Like, despite the movie coming in 87, this thing.
okay.
Hmm.
How specific do you want the answer to be? Very specific.
Depends. Like, I can only listen to the guess and then decide.
I have a long answer. If anything hits, it hits.
Okay, go for it.
Slow over it.
Okay. So I think this guy is in disguise. This is the villain that is in disguise right now. They're saying Dylan is son of a bitch, and then that guy turns back to his real whatever and kills Arnold or something like that. Okay. So this has given birth to a meme which is very popular nowadays. That's my whole answer. I have nothing else to add.
Okay, I'll come back to you. I'm going to Dua.
This has given birth to this epic song by A.P. Dillon called Kendi Hundi Si. Please pass. I don't know.
For a second, I was like, is it the right answer?
Passing to Prashasti.
Oh damn. Is this इसमें डायलॉग है क्या? एक जना बोलता है never go full retard और फिर वो मीम बन जाता है बाद में.
No. Going to Devaiah. Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
Dave?
Dude, is this? He says Dylan, you son of a bitch, and does the other guy say let's go Dutch?
Oh, like that? No.
And then
Okay, cool. Oh man, you guys have like if you're tracking score, you would know how tense in the last, like since Sudha Murthy, it has been very tense and still is. It's not over yet. Okay, I'm gonna give part points to Biswa because he said meme. Okay, he said that it led to a meme, and the answer is a meme. Okay, so he says, Dylan, you son of a bitch, and they do something which is a meme that exists now. Okay, it's a meme. So now we'll just take one round for this. If you can give me the specific meme that came out from this scene of Arnold meeting this guy, and then just like I'm now looking for anything specific or anything close to the meme. I'll give more points. Right now I'm giving little part points to this one.
Little part points you're giving. Okay. If any is now my guess only. They do something.
He says, Dylan, you son of a bitch. Then they do something, which is the meme, like which led to the meme.
क्या करेंगे भाई? हम कहाँ जाएंगे भाई? Okay, so ये करता है.
KV, just to make this more exciting, how many part points are you giving to Biswa?
I was waiting for like this round to see like who gets, if someone gets or doesn't get, and how. So right in my mind right now it's 2 points.
Okay.
Oh no!
Okay.
Oh no!
Or 3, maybe depends like what comes out in this. How specific do like people answer on, depending on the guesses in this round.
Oh man, I can't take a guess like this. Okay. Because everything is looking so stupid in my head. Did they dab?
They did the dab? No. Going to Dua?
मर गए भाई.
Huh? Bro, I don't know. मतलब, no, I don't know. Please pass.
Okay, passing to Prashasti.
Did the other guys say Dutch, you son of a gun? ऐसा कुछ हुआ था क्या?
No, going to Devaiah.
I really hope I make it to the semi-finals.
I'm very pissed off with chutney right now. I think that fucked me.
लास्ट बार मीम पे आ गया, बताओ 30+ लोग को बिठा के।
अरे 2 पॉइंट क्यों दे रहे हो यार? कोई तो मीम बता नहीं पा रहा है। मैं कम से कम मीम तक तो पहुंच गया।
नहीं, वही मैं बोल रहा था, उस टाइम में 2-3 था, डिपेंडिंग ऑन इस राउंड में क्या होता है and how important those points are. We'll see.
Let it be, no. Why thinking so much? The meme.
Wait, later on gave birth to something eternal. But is this the meme where like Arnold disappears?
Okay, no. Oh man. Oh, because if your answer correctly, it would have like the point distribution would have killed me. But yeah, so now I can give anything to Biswa. I can give 3 points to Biswa and close. It's the epic handshake meme. Okay, in case you guys have seen, it's the
shit.
Acha, batao.
And the right one is Arnold, and वैसा करके like.
ऐसे कितना पॉपुलर कल्चर छूट जा रहा है हम लोग से.
Like this is like दोनों में common वाला like anti-vax moms and responsible bartenders.
One it can be
shots to babies.
Biswa and Devaiah and Thai, like we could have done that.
Cool. Okay, that brings us to the end of a thrilling game. I think when Biswa missed Sudha Murthy is the moment where everything started becoming very interesting, and they've got James Bond, and so but it all came down to epic handshake meme. Okay, let's look at the score. Let's start from right to left just to make it more interesting. Rahul had 7 in the first half. He got 10 points in the second half for Peter England, and Dua ends on 17 points. Okay, now we come to the person who was not a part of this race at the end because she had qualified. So it was the whole fight was for the runner-up position. 25 in the first half, and in the second half, 10 points for Alan Turing Law and Sudha Murthy, and the winner of the second quarter final.
What are you saying?
Now comes the crazy this thing. They've had 8 in the first half. He got 5 for Italy. He got 5 for Argentina invading Falkland Island, and he got full 10 for James Bond, which means Devaiah ends on 28.
Bahut shandar.
Okay. And Biswa had 20 in the first half. He got 10 for Rabindranath Tagore. So Biswa was on 30 and Devaiah on 28 when the last question started. So even if like I gave him 0, he would have won. So those 3 points don't matter. But he gets 3 for that for epic handshake meme. And Biswa ends on 33. Okay. So very, very, very narrow miss. Heartbreak for Dev. They well played. But
it's okay, it's like better than losing in the final. I like this feeling better.
And thank you so much to Rahul Dua also for always being here. But the 2 people who qualify for semi-finals are Biswa Kalyan Rath and the winner Prashasti Singh.
Guys, history has been created today.
Cool. Okay. So thank you, Dev and Rahul, and congratulations, Biswa and Prashti. I'll see you in the semi-finals. Bye.
See you.